Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss how to create form in HTML. In our last video, we have created list. Also, we have discussed how HTML works. So let's start with the form creation in today's class. So first of all, whenever we want to create a form in our project, in HTML specifically, we always use a font element. Inside this element only, I will be having everything. Now I've already made my HTML file and also have created the CSS because I will be doing some styling as well. A part of that, I've also added some elements, which is my basic syntax, and I'm writing my code inside the body, which is where I have used a div with a class container. In this, I have also added a heading, which is form in HTML, and you can also see here it is coming as form tag. Okay, now inside this form tag, all the tags related to the form I have to add. So let's start it one by one. First of all, I will be giving a label to my form. So whenever we want to start a form, we always start with a name, right? We always ask a user to enter their name. So I use name here. You can also write it in this way, or maybe you can just write in one line. Both will work, right? Now, after name, there should be a text box. Now, when I want to write a text box, how to write a text box here? I will use input. Inside input, I will write that which type of text box you want. Like user will enter in which way to your text box. It will be a number, it will be a text, what kind of thing. Then we have an option of placeholder. This is basically going to give a hint to your user that what to write inside that text box. So this will remove when the user will start writing inside the text box. Before that, it will show to the user. So I will be giving the hint over here as enter your name. Just by doing that, if I see my output right now, you can see on the left side of my screen, as I have not done the styling yet, there is a name and the text box is coming over here, right? So next what I can do is I can go ahead and can create some more stuffs over here. For example, I want to go to the next line. Now to go to the next line in HTML, we always give a br tag, which is going to be a break line tag for us. Now I will again ask the user. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy this line and paste it over here, and instead of name, now I will write ask the user for their address. Okay, so we can say enter your address, and then we can just maybe can ask for the phone number or maybe email address. So I think I will go with asking again in a br tag, and we will write input and let's ask the email address now. So I will write email as a type here. So type is equals to text, and then I'm going to write placeholder, and I could say enter your email address, or just we can write email, right? So if we do so, here we can just say that all my outputs are coming in a proper way. Let me just give a br tag here as well for writing the label. This is the label here, and I will write email, right? Now let's look at our output. So I think it is coming perfectly because I have their address, I have the option of email, and I have also option of name. But yes, they are not looking good at all. They are all on the left side, and yes, so we have to do some coding in our form. So let's do the coding for our form now. Okay. So now I will be going back to CSS because we have to do the styling. So in the styling, as I told you, I have already done few stylings, like in body, I have done some structures. So now I want to style for my form. So I will start writing here as form, curly brackets. First of all, I will give a specific width to the form. That means how much area my form is going to take in the entire screen. So I will say it's going to take 280 px area. Okay. Then I'm going to give a margin. Now, whenever we want to give it a margin, it because we are giving a in external gap, like between my screen and the outer body part. I'm giving an external gap. So for that reason, we give margin. So here we can give a margin of, for example, right now I'm taking as 50 px auto. because I've already decided that my width will not more than 280. So what my computer will do, it will take top and bottom 50 px of gap, and from left and right, it will try to make it as center so that it will take 280, but from the center itself. Getting my point? So now I'm going to make a semicolon here. Now let's give it a border. So I give it a border here. For example, 6px solid, and let's give white because I'm keeping a theme of white only over here. So yes, we can keep it a white. So you can see my form all around is like this here. Now I'm going to go to next part, which is be my border radius, because I want to give a border a little bit of curved structure. So I can go with the border radius, which I might can give 10px for now. If I want to change it, I can change it later. And I can give a padding here because that's what the internal gapping. Right now, just see, there is no internal gapping. Name, address, email, they all are like very connected and sticky to each other. So I can give an internal gapping of 20px as of now. Let's see if we want to change it again, we can change it later. So let's try this out. So right now you can see I have got an internal gapping as well over here, right? Still, if you can just feel that they are still sticky too much, there is one more thing that you can do, which you can do in the HTML. Maybe you can give BR tags, right, in between. For example, you can, though I'm not giving it right now, but this is just to show you that this is also you can go, like if you want the text box to come next to it. So you can also make it like text box will come next to your label. Here also I can give a BR tag and the text box will come next to your label. Again, email and text box, you can give a BR tag and this will again come like next to it. So this is also the way you can use it, right? Upon you, how you want to design it. See, if you know the designing, you can design better. Right. So now I can give a font size here. So let's give it a font size of, let's say 25px, and the entire form will have a good font size with that. I think this is looking amazing. But yes, I could see that their text box are not enough in space. They should be a little bit more in big size. So for that, I'll give the coding for the text box now. So giving the text box, that means it's input, right? That's the element name. So I will write input with the curly brackets, where again I'm going to give it a margin because I can see that there is not enough gap between the writing part and the text box. So I will give a little bit of gap in between that writing and the text box. If I do so, you can see there is an internal gapping that you see in between them, right? So this gapping is done with the margin, and now I'm going to give it as border, and this border going to be 4px. Let's give a border to your text box, a good border. So we can give solid, and I'm going with the color like say red. So if I do so, so all my text box will turn out with the red theme here. And now I can just change the padding because I could again see this font size is also not good, right? So everything I have to change here. So let's go with the font size first. So I'll just change the font size, let's say 18px. Again, you can play around with the font size and the colors. It's not that I'm giving this and you have to just follow the same. You can try the padding also. That's going to be the internal gapping between the text boxes, and I can go as like 10px for now. So I think now it's looking much better. See, if I give padding, that means the internal gapping. Now see the text which is written inside that input and the outside, there is a gapping here. So I hope you understand the point. What is it? Margin and padding difference over here. If you want a separate, video, so you can just let me know for this also, right? So now I can just move on with the color. If you want a color to your text box, so I can maybe give it as a white font color. But yes, if you see the background, I want a background of transparent. Now this is a new thing you're learning. If I give a transparent background, you just see everything is transparent, feels like that you're writing on the screen itself. So I think it looks good till now. There is few more things you can do, which is like in HTML, you have a like entire thing is inside the div container, right? That's a class. So whenever you have to define a class, you always start with a dot here. So I can start with the class dot container, where I can just give a margin, because I could see that this entire is not enough margin. So I could say it could be 50px with auto and semicolon. And I can go with a width over here, which I could maybe give it as 500. tx. So if I do so, let's see how the things goes. So I think now it's looking much better because I could feel that there is a like better gapping here. So this is how I've created a form. I think the CSS and HTML part is totally covered over here. If you want, you can create a button, but do let me know how to create a button if you can, because that I'm going to cover in the next session. So do let me know if you want to know some more things about CSS and HTML, and I will come with more such videos. So do subscribe my channel. See you all in the next one. Thank you so much.